year 2026. I Sepai interview Mr. Moshedi Sekooa at number 41 Sesedi Street in Galeshewe. Mr. Sekooa, we are conducting this interview to get your life story. Tell us your life story. And we would like to get your permission to do or to record a story of your life, mainly about, talking about your days with Dalton Brothers. Do you give us permission to interview you?
Yes, you can interview me.
No, thanks for that. We will start with your life. Your parents, where you were born, which year you were born, and then we will carry on and fill in the gaps.
Yes, I was born in Kimberley, 1959, March 19th. I was born from Peter Kumien Sekooa and Joanna Sekooa, of which was my mother.
Could you tell us about your siblings and your sisters and your brothers, and the friends that you grew up with, when you were still boys, maybe at crash, at primary?
Yes, my siblings is we were many in the family. I have three brothers and 6 sisters.
Their names?
Their names is as follows. I had Mr. Edward Moshedi Sekooa. He was our senior brother. And we had Bramoki Andrew Sekooa. He was also the second born. And then our third born was Rachel Sekooa. She was my sister. And fourth born was Ruth Sekooa. She was also my sister. And the fifth one was Awa Sekooa. He was also my brother. And Lily Sekooa Madinkwani. She was my sister. And Stephanie Kesebelwang Sekooa, he was my sister, and then came Moshedi Sekooa, the last one. And my friends, when I grew up with my friends, was Patrick Taker, Disco. He also played for Dalton. Master Amatsa Mungale, he was staying in the corner in Palweni Street. He was also a friend of mine. And we had Sheikhs Nuku, Henry Rifles, he was also a friend of mine, but we were attending different schools. I started my schooling in Munchiwa. I went to Bichoko. We all met there in Bichoko and became friends, and we played together in the streets. I remember our streets were dusty by then, so we used to play what we call the stick-ons with my friends after school.
Are there any teachers that you can remember from, you said you were at Muntsiwa, Choko, and let's go up to Tsireletho.
I have my former teachers. I started with the principal there in Muntsiwa was Mem Pala, and my teacher was Mem Picho Nkosi. He was my first teacher, and I graduated to Mrs. Tinku.
And then with other teachers?
Mrs. Tinku.
No, I mean other teachers at Muntsiwa.
Yeah, I mentioned their name.
Okay.
It's Mem Nkosi, and then Mrs. Tinku, and Mrs. Posvark, and Mrs. Pala was the principal, and Mem Lucy was also the acting principal by then. And the other short Mem Lucy was also my teacher there at Muntsiwa. And then I went to Bichoko, where I can remember my first teacher was Mr. Sobolai, and I went to his class again the next year, Mr. Sobolai, and I went to David Quarry's class, From there, we amalgamate Standard 5 and Standard 6. We wrote one exam in 1976. So I went to Sirelecho. There I remembered my teacher was Zakes, I don't know the surname again. Ngongo. And I had Ivan Chacheni as my physical science teacher. And we have Junior Postman as my teacher also who taught me geography. Biology, in fact. And I had Mr. Malunga, the other slender Malunga, he taught us English. And we had Mr. Mashilo, he taught us then vernacular. Afrikaans, Mr. Mashilo, Afrikaans. And the principal there was Mr. Bosman. Yes. As I heard this morning that Mr. Bosman has passed on, that his peace, remain in peace, rest in peace. That's all that I can remember about my teachers. And Mr. The Hoodwork teacher, Mr. Makoba.
Well, and let's now start with your playing soccer, with you playing soccer. Where did it all start?
Yeah, it all started when I was 10 years old, as I indicated. And we were playing in front of the social center there by the library. There was an open field there. We used to play sticking on ball, which we called the beige ball, during our time in the dusty streets of Khanishiwe.
This is now where Ikaya is.
Yeah, where Ikaya is situated. We used to play there. And then Mr. Ditebe, the squash, he noticed us and he came nearer to us. And by then he was the general secretary of Dalton Brothers, and he started recruiting us to come and join Dalton Brothers. We were a group of 6 players by then, and he wrote our names and he registered us, and so we started playing for Dalton Brothers.
Do you remember the 6, their names?
Yeah, I remember the 6 is Noko, Harry Rifle, Disco, Taker, Matsa, Mongale, and me, myself, and Jimmy Mazaban, and Israel Mazaban. So we were 6. And then squad was so busy recruiting us, and we started recruiting most of the players who were staying around here in White City. You know, we have players like Swartz Munyobo, we have players like Simon Munyobo, we have players like Taki Alfred Tetsani, we had players like Disco, he was staying in Mudise in Palace Street. So we all went to go and join Dalton, and players come from Vergenoeg, like the names of Kantani, Lamula, Teddy Matlangu, Waya, Mungale, younger child to Scholar Mungale, and Mukai Jomo also came from Vergenoeg to come and join us this other side.
And which division did you start with?
We started with the C division. We played in the C division, but the other senior players who was older than us, they were playing in the B division.
Can you remember any teams at that period that you have played against?
Most of the teams that I remember is Junior Aces. I played against Junior Aces, Zulu Sweepers, Rhodesian Sweepers, Dangerous Darkies, City Black Aces, Naughty Boys, Young Pirates, City United in Sobantu. I mentioned Dangerous Darkies. Yeah, those are many teams that we used to play against. The Police, GPO, Shining Stars, Railway Swallows. Yeah, there was a lot of teams. Black Vultures. Those were the teams that we used to play against. I forgot to mention Painters and Newton Bugs and Shooting Stars. Yeah, those are the other teams that we were also playing against them during our time. They had a ground named as Nkolo Stadium in Ngumalo Street. So those are the times when we were playing football, but we were playing for Dalton. It was 1972, 73 when Squash was recruiting to form a formidable Dalton Brothers B division and C divisions. It was during that time. So we started playing for Dalton in 1973.
Let's get to your promotion. You mentioned that you started playing C and you went on. Just tell us which divisions did you go to?
Yes, I played in the C division in 1973 as the captain of the division, and I was promoted to the B division in 1974, also as the captain of the division. I had players like Lamola Kantani, Tedi Machangu, Sikizala, Raseko. I have Good Enough Nkomo, Gudi Plaiki. I had, my goalkeeper was Gong Piri, was staying in number 2. I had my defender as Disco Taker, my number 2 defender. And we had incredible players in the midfield, but I was playing in the striking department. So we had fantastic players, good players. I remember when I was promoted to the senior team, it was 1976. All of them were fighting with Brazom that why don't you promote us, all of us, to the senior team. But that was the time of my career of football when I was playing for Dalton.
Let's get a bit back. Could we discuss about school soccer? Did you ever play for schools, and which schools did you play against?
Yeah, we played against in Bonafos. I was playing for Chirelecho. Played against in Bonafos. We played against Tidimalo. Well, Chirelecho was good by then. We had good players. There was a player called Lita. He was playing for Zulu Supers. I forgot his surname. He was a good player. And we had players like Shawam Kontwani. He was staying in Diakotla. We had players like Ubu Pele, who was from Springs, come and attend school in Kimberley, in Chirelecho. We had good players. I remember one day we were playing against Bonafos. Okay, all right, in Bonafos on that day, they walloped us 2-1. But anyhow, it was a tough game. That was the time when I was playing for Chirelecho. And we had visitors from Bloemfontein. We walloped them 6-4. I scored all the goals that day. Yeah, at Chirelecho Slaughterhouse. It was nice. So there was a player by the name Don Els. He was staying in the Shanty Vale. He was a good player. He was coming from Hope Town. He came to come and attend school in Chirelecho.
Lita's name was Oliphant, I think.
I think.
Or Goliath.
Goliath, Lita, yeah. You remember them? Yeah, those were the good players that I used to play with them. Even I wanted to recruit them to the Dalton Brothers, but unfortunately they were engaged with other teams. Because Lita Goliath was playing for Zulu Supers. Thank you.
Okay, let's get back to Dalton Brothers now. You mentioned that Brazom Tau promoted you to the first senior division.
Yes.
Can you reminisce a bit about playing now in the first division?
First division. Yeah, while I was playing in the first division, my first game was in Durban. We went to Durban to go and play with Zulu Royals. I was still a youngster. I remember they came at home at about 10 o'clock at night. They knocked at the door. It was only my mother by then. My father passed away. And my mother was asking them, where are you taking my child? And Brasquash told my mother, no, your child is playing football, Dalton Brothers, and we are going to Durban to go and honor a fixture. So your child is going with us. So my mother agreed and said, oh, my child must come back. And they said, no, you will come back, Mom. I was still young. We went to Durban. I remember we were traveling in remember the bakkie of the chairman, Mr. Mokoto. It was like a fort. We were sitting at the back. We were traveling down to Durban. It was a nice trip. The other Kumbi was in front and the bakkie was at the back. We went to Durban. When we came to Durban, it was on a Saturday morning. We rested a little bit and then 3 o'clock we went to Cleveland Stadium to play against Zulu Royals. I was a little bit frightened. And the Brazil said to me, don't, relax, play your football. I said, yes. And then we went into the ground. It was me and Biza Mazabani, the new players, were promoted to the first team.
And who were the old players?
The old players were Skarakinga. I remember Skarakinga was there. Jerry Chazbani was also there. Ike Khosimang was also there. Tom Khabaroni was also there. And in the midfield we had Base Mokhosi. No, Mokhosi was not there. It was between number 10 and we had the other guy was staying in Ulana, Bratwist. He was playing for Wolves, but then Dalton recruited him to come and assist us for that weekend. We had Pizama Zabani, we had Dusty Sunchuaren, we had a double Masimeni, he was also in the midfield. We had Pax Julie, was also in the midfield. So I was playing up front, me and Twist and Pizza Masabani. So we started the game with Zulu Royals. I was playing on the right side, number 7. We call it number 7, right wing. I was playing on the right wing, and the game continued. Zulu Royals pressed us, we pressed them. They missed their chances. The luckiest part of it, I got the ball from the right wing, and I cut through the defenders of Zulu Royals. The name of the defender, I still remember his name, J.C. Yende. He was playing for Amazulu before he went to play for Zulu Royals. Yeah, he was threatening me most of the time in the game. He was, showing me that he will kick me and say, hey, you say nani when you must be supposed to be at school, Funandila. So then I went to Brazil to complain. Brazil said, no, don't worry, he cannot run. Run. Give him the space, give him the space. Okay, I continue like that and I square the ball into the 18-yard area, and the luckiest part, Biza Mazabani knocked the ball into the net. So the game ended winning 2-1. We beat Zulu Royals 2-1 in Cleveland Stadium. Biza Mazabani scored the goal, I scored the goal. And they scored, so we win the game 3-1. And the other senior player who was also there was the late Spider Makala, the goalkeeper. Yeah, that is so rest in peace. He was also there. All of them, most of them are now late. Some of the players we used to play with them.
Other memorable games?
Other game that I remember when I was playing for Dalton, it was in Bloemfontein. We were playing with Mangaung United. I remember Mangaung United, when they come to Kimberley, always there were fights at the stadium. So we went there, I was young, and then they were promising us, you're coming to kill you when you come out of this ground. Hey, I was worried, shaking, but anyhow, we played the game. We beat Mangaung on that day. We beat Mangaung 4-3. They were leading 2-0. We came back, we drew 2-2 second half. We went into the game, we scored another 2 goals, they scored only 1. So the game ended up, we beat Mangaung United, I remember. We beat them 4-3 in Bloemfontein. It was hectic after the game, we ran for cover until the police came to rescue us. And they take us into the police van, they took us to the police station. Therefrom, they come with our kumbis and our cars, and we got into our cars and we traveled back home safely to Kimberley. That I remember, that was the game that I will never forget with Dalton.
Do you remember the teams that you played against? Who were in the league that you
In
were
the
playing?
divisions when we were playing. I remember we played against Velcom Real Hearts in Velcom. We played against Kronstadt Shamrock Flowers. I remember we played against Zulu Royals, as I mentioned. We played against Mangaung United. We played against Blackpool. We played against I can't remember the other teams. I think Katlehong City. We played against Katlehong City. And we played against Durban City. And we played against Armenia teams. I remember Val Professionals also. We also played against Val Professionals, the Rebels, Benoni. I remember I played against them well. I was playing against Tita Lata. He was playing for the Rebels, Benoni by then.
Arcadia.
Arcadia Pepsi, we played against the one that Moripe was playing. Bantu Kellys. Yeah, we played against those teams. Pimville United Brothers, we played against those teams. The big teams, the big four of Soweto, Kaizer Chiefs, Morocco Swallows, and Orlando Pirates, those teams. But during that time, I was still young. I didn't play against those teams. But the other teams that I mentioned, I played against them.
Could you tell us the officials? You have mentioned SCOM, Squash, Brazom, the guy with the baki, Mr. Makoto.
Yes.
And the others. Who were the officials?
Yes, the other officials that we have in our team, Mr. Makoto was our manager. He was the manager of the team. Mr. Makoto, he was from Hopetown. And we had Squash as the general secretary of Dalton Brothers. And we have Mr. David Quarry, the late, may the soul rest in peace. He was also the chairman of the team. And we had Prasom Tau, who was the coach of the team. We had schoolboy Mungale, Mr. Mungale Brascola. He was also an executive member of the team. We had schoolboy Sekoro. He was also an official in the team. Yeah, those are where the officials of Dalton Brothers.
We will come back to Dalton Brothers. And then, did you finish playing at Dalton Brothers?
No, I didn't finish playing at Dalton Brothers. I went to several teams after Dalton Brothers. After Dalton Brothers, Pentas came in, required my services, and they bought me from Dalton Brothers. I went to play for Pentas Sandam Kids. It was 1978. I played for Pentas. From there, we played in the second division. I played with the likes of Italata. He was playing for Mangaung Limited. I played against Armenia teams, especially in Kronstadt.
No. We are at Pentas. Which players were you playing with?
Oh, the players at Pentas I played with. I had players like Shaka Mohale. He was staying in number 2. I had player like Pops Mafungu. He's also late, so rest in peace. I had players like Bomba Maubani, players like Mayu Maupa, also late, rest in peace. I had player like Leonard Ngobo, my captain. He was playing number 2 for Pentas. He's also late. Let his soul rest in peace. I had players like Ringo. I had players like Pepe Lojani. He's also late. His soul rest in peace. I had players like Slow Maruping. I had players like Mazarin, the ghetto. He's also late. Let his soul rest in peace. I had players like Basi Tinish, Moraladi. I had players like Zero Mbi. He's also late. Let his soul rest in peace. I had players like General Lamula Manong. He's still there. And I had players like our goalkeepers, Engat, Joseph Chasibani, the kid. And I have the kid, Cheki Morocco. He's still alive. Those were the players the core of Panthers that I played with them.
And Panthers was managed by?
Panthers was managed by Mr. Dawson January Brahont. Yeah, he was the owner of Panthers by then. But the officials by then was Waini Manong, Stopa Mabula, Lefty Mujanaha, Braden Manong was the coach, physical trainer. Mr. Bonukwali Chris was our coach. And we had old veterans, leaders of the club, of Valley Low, Remo Tabuchi, you name them. Those were the seniors of Panthers. Pro Chavalala was the chairman of Panthers. And then the secretary was George Prince, the late. Let his soul rest in peace. He was our general secretary. And our treasurer was Mr. John Matakai. Those two people I remember.
Any games that you played whilst at Panthers, that you can remember?
Mostly one that I will remember is the one that I was playing against Dangerous Turkeys. I remember playing Dangerous Turkeys in Khartoum Stadium. Guys, we walloped Dangerous Turkeys. It was terrible that day. So that was my first game with Panthers while I was from Dalton Brothers. So we were playing against Dangerous Turkeys. We beat Dangerous Turkeys 6-1 in Khartoum Stadium, I remember. It was the opening of the stadium, I remember. So I played against Wolves. I played against City Black Aces. I played against, in Kimberley we played the Wolves, Dangerous Turkeys, and City Black Aces. Those were the three teams. And then outside we played against Zoo Movement. We played against African Stars. We played against Velcom Real Hearts. You know, they named them. We played against Mangaung Limited in Bloemfontein. There was a team in Bloemfontein. It was from the Khalid village. I just forgot the name. But we also played with those teams. Yeah, those days were happy days, you know. Kimberley was vibrant, you know. Every weekend there was an activity that was taking place, especially football. And the followers of that team, they were flocking to the stadiums. Khalid Stadium was always full whenever Panthers is playing in Kimberley. It was nice, it was happy days, yes.
Can you remember any players from any team that you held in high regard? Or knowing that if we play against the guy who's in that particular team, that he's going to give us.
You remember him. You remember me. He was a former player with me in Dalton Brothers. His name was Sipon Joy. He was a menace. He was,
more,
not more, Sipo, the brother.
Oh, the brother.
More was the younger brother. More played for Dalton Brothers. Yeah, let his soul rest in peace also. Oh, I had a lot of players who passed away. They left me behind. He was Sipo Ndwani, you know him. Ace, they call him Ace. He was troublesome. He used to give us trouble, but we have to contain him most of the time because we were sending Shaka Moale to mark him tight, and Pops must keep him there. He must not move away from there. And the other one was Pepe Kache. He was also a problem-some player. And the other one was Sech Malete. There was the other one who was calling Joe Junkies. He was young, he was playing in the left wing. He was also dangerous. Whenever we play with him, we had people to contain him. So that was the way of Panthers. Because Panthers, there was a certain supporter of Panthers. He usually likes to praise us when he was going down the touchline. Mr. Pakedi, the son of the late Mr. Pakedi. He is also late. He used to call us Panthers for fitness, Panthers for education, Panthers for all. Because we were fit. Those times we were training hard. Opera Chris, he was a physical trainer in Opera 10 Manu. So Panthers was fit and we beat most of the teams by our fitness. That was the only thing that beat them because they could not contain us. We were running like horses. That's why Mazarine was named January. Yeah, you know, that horse, that was Mazarine.
Yeah.
So he was fantastic also. He was good players. We had a player from City Black, he says, work standard, ace. He was also troublesome. We had a player like, he was named Mangope, Mops. We call him Mops. He was also troublesome. The other one was Bova. So, you know, you name those players, they were good, they were good, they were good.
Let's come to your family. Support from the family, especially with your football playing days. You know, like buying soccer boots for you or whatever. Did you have that support?
Yeah, I have that support. My support was coming from my brother in Joburg.
What is his name?
Mr. Edward Andrew Sekooa. Whenever Mr. Edward Sekooa, Andrew was the second one. Whenever I asked him for soccer boots, he was sending money for me, or he bought them there and he sent them over to Kimberley. And my other brother, who was working for the municipality, who was working at the swimming pool, he was also supportive. Even my sisters, they were supportive. They gave me everything that I was asking them, especially when it comes to football. No, they were really supportive. And my brother was even the #1 supporter of Dalton Brothers. I don't know, do you still remember him? He was also running the touchline. He was calling Dalton the mighty original Dalton Brothers. He was always wearing the poster that was written at the back, Dalton Brothers versus Kaizer Chiefs. And he was running up and down the touchline in Masenking there at King George Stadium. So they were supportive. They supported me throughout. Even when we traveled, they support me with provision and all on that day when we are traveling. You know, remember those days, there was no such things like today. Players like today, they are taken as, you know, they are cheese boys. Those days we had to crave it because you had to buy your own food on the road.
What have you gained, or what have you learned from, let's say, Dalton Brothers and Panthers? What your respect? You know, whatever they have taught you, what is it that you have taken for your own? You know, in life now. I mean, by looking back, that this is what I've gained.
You know what? I want to tell you a lot of things. I gained a lot of things from football. #1, respect. You know, in football, they teach you respect. You must respect your elders. You must respect your senior players. You must listen to your officials so that you must become successful. So I gained a lot of experience in football during my young age. I was taught by different coaches. I gained experience from them. Looking back, I have gained respect, because today I am using that very same respect to the youngsters. I gained experience from the senior players. They taught me some of the things in football. Today I'm bearing them. Today I am expanding with them. I am coaching youngsters today because of them. I went through the trainings of football. I went through the coaching courses. I'm presently coaching the youngsters. Thank you.
Which team are you busy with?
I'm busy coaching Tigers Masters here in #2.
And within your, or let me go to the question of today and yesteryear. What's the comparison of the players that we have, the teams that we have now?
You know, if you talk about yesteryear we had competitive players. we have players who was committed to the team. Not today's. Our players are not committed. They are not committed. They don't deserve to be players today. Players who deserve to be players is the players of yesterday. So we have players. They are playing good. They are playing good football, but they don't respect themselves, and they don't respect the people who are supporting them.
There were certain players during your period of when you were playing soccer, like John Lichuti. Have you ever played?
I played with John Lichuti when we were playing at Cyril.
Okay.
We used to play. I remember the late Pro Pilani. We used to play together. Me, John, and Pilani. We were deadly players, especially up front. Because John was playing up front, I was also playing up front. So Pro was playing at the back. So I used to play with them, and I used to play against them. He was playing for, what was the name of the team in number 5? Before John, before he goes to Bloemfontein. He was playing for a team, I don't remember the name, but I think it's Reticles, something like that. And then he was recruited from here and he went to Bloemfontein to go and play for Bloemfontein. No, I played with John, and even in Mafikeng I played with John. And then in Mafikeng he was coaching the South African Police Service there. I even played with him in the Legends, in the Golden Oldies. Yeah, he's also playing for the Golden Oldies of Northwest. I'm playing for the Golden Oldies of Northwest.
Yeah, you mentioned Northwest. Did you ever play in Northwest?
Yes, I played in Northwest. I played for PNPF Tigers. I was playing against teams like Mountain Swallows, with teams like Kicks, Mabatu Kicks. I had played teams like Ichoseng Swallows. I had teams like Boeka. I had teams in Garankuwa, teams in Mapopane, teams in Rustenburg. I played a lot of teams there by the mines. Yeah.
During your soccer career, have you ever won a medal, like man of the match, or did we have those during the period?
I have a lot. I have my medals there. I can go and fetch them and show you. I played while I was playing in Mafikeng. When I was playing in Kimberley, we won the league several times. Let me go back. Panthers. We won the league several times, and we were promised to be promoted to the first team, to the first division. But it never happened. Always when we won the stream, there is always playoffs. I remember Sundowns was relegated to go to play in the lower divisions. But when they saw Sundowns is going to be relegated, Panthers won the league, and they said Panthers playoffs with Mamelodi Sundowns. By then it was the players from Mamelodi Sundowns. By then was Brix Mudau, Andres Chicha. We named them all the old players, Mutau and Philemon Masinga, Andres Chicha, and all those players. They were playing there. Trot Moloto and all those guys. John, the goalkeeper.
Kale.
John Kale was the goalkeeper by then. So we lost. And then you know how we lost the game? By robbery. We were robbed. We lost the game 1-0 by an offside goal scored by Andres Chicha. So we lost the game and we came back again. We start again afresh. We won again the stream. Playoffs against PG Rangers. PG Rangers was supposed to be relegated to the lower division. Remember PG Rangers? Mike Lambert, Then we went there in Johannesburg to go and play them. They beat us 1-0. We came back again. The next other year, we said to Brown, no, we can't go on like this. We won the streams every year. 6 times. You can ask them, some of them, Shaka Mohale, if you ask him, he will tell you, no, I don't want to talk about it. We were supposed to be in the PSL, but they denied us our right. But anyhow, that was fine. We're going back to Mafeking. In Kimberley, we won the stream. No medal, nothing. No cup, nothing. No promotion, nothing. I went to Mafeking in 1985. I came there. The guy who recruited me to Mafeking was Dennis Schwababa. You know him. Yeah, he's there. He's staying there in Italy. He recruited me here. I went there. I was coached by the late Percy Chipamulu. Yeah, it was my first year. I played. My first game, we won the game. We came number second in the league.
This is with Mabatu Kicks.
With Mabatu Kicks, my first year. It was actually a half year because I was late. I came there in Mafeking in August. The following year, 1986, we won the league. 1987, we won the league. We even won the top 8. We even won the Bob Sol Cup. With Tigers, BNPF Tigers. Tigers don't cry. I was playing there. So we won the league, and unfortunately Bachipa passed on. We got a new coach, Roy Bailey, the father of Gary Bailey. He coached us. We won the league the following year. That was 1988. We won the league again. I retired 1989, and I relocated back home, coming State. That's how my football career ended.
Is there anything that you'd like to add to the interview that you have maybe forgotten?
What I would like to add, I just want to talk about those players. There was another player I forgot to mention. His name is Ace Muchwanchwe. He was from Kuruman. He attended school at Tsirilecho. He was a deadly striker. So we were fortunate, Dalton brothers, we recruited him to come and play for Dalton, and he was welcome. And he was delivering every weekend. He was a good player. He was last time with me, but we talk over about this thing. But football, is one thing that you will never forget. You can talk for years about football. But Ace was a good player. So that was one of the players that I forgot to mention. Yeah. Even the others that I didn't mention their names. There are many players. They were good, especially Dalton brothers. They were good. Even Panthers, they were good players. I forgot also to mention some of their names, but as football goes on, it's a long story.
What is your vision, or what do you wish the Northern Cape, especially with soccer, how it should be, or how do you want it, or like it to be?
My wish for Northern Cape, especially in the soccer fraternity, I would like to see Northern Cape, having a team that is playing competitive football in the PSL or in the Motsepe League. If you can have that one, I will be happy. And I want also to see Northern Cape become a hub of soccer. And I would also like to see our administrators, especially the Sports, Arts and Culture Department and the government, to look after Northern Cape, just to build us a stadium of a standard, World Cup standard, as they promised during 2010 that all the provinces will get a well-standard stadium. It's only Northern Cape. Out of all the provinces, if you can see, we are suffering. It's only us who are lagging behind. We don't have a stadium. There's no activities that is taking place in the Northern Cape. My wish is to see Northern Cape in that fashion.
You mentioned, that you'd like to see a team taking part in the first division. We have teams now like your Uppington, Hungry Lions. We have now lately with the Nedbank Cup, we have two teams that have gone up to the last 16, I think. The other one was just knocked out this weekend. Yeah. How do you see them?
You see, the teams you are mentioning, actually we don't see their games most of the time. But at times you can see the game of Uppington. They are in the Northern Cape, but they are not playing in the Northern Cape. They are playing in Uppington. It's far. We want our team, like as we are the center of Northern Cape. We want a team from Northern Cape. I don't want to say specifically Kimberley. We have Uppington, we have Hungry Lions in Postmansburg. We have Uppington, the city in Uppington. But I'm talking Northern Cape, Kimberley, Central. We need to have a team. If Uppington comes to Northern Cape, it is our team. But we want to see Uppington to play in the PSL, like Dalton Brothers did before. That is all that I want.
Can you touch on individual players? We mentioned two players who were, or let's start with the Dalton Brothers players. We have like Skaraklinga, we have gone to Amazulu. And then we had your Jan Lechaba and Proki Pilani, can go to Tau. Can you mention the others?
Yeah.
But starting from Skara.
Yeah, I have few players to mention. We have players that once represent the other provinces from Northern Cape, our best players. Don't forget, the first player to be recruited from Dalton Brothers to go and play for Kaizer Chiefs, it was Mekaya Makala. He was the first player to be recruited from Kimberley, from Dalton Brothers, to go and play for a big team in Johannesburg, Kaizer Chiefs. That was Mekaya Makala. May his soul rest in peace. He was our best goalkeeper. We all know him. And then our second player is from Dalton Brothers, who was recruited from here to go and play in Amazon. We had Wellington Skaraklinga. He was our deadly striker. And we had Douglas Chipatamani. He was our midfielder, but he converted him into a number 3. Those players, they were good players. They played for Amazon. I remember they were playing the Life Cup. What cup was that?
Life Cup.
Life Cup. And Amazulu won the cup on that year while they were still playing for Amazon. We have a player like John Lichuti. John Lichuti was playing for Reticles. I think it's Reticles in number 5. John Lichuti was recruited from Reticles to Bloemfontein Celtics, to go and play for Bloemfontein Celtics. From there he went to Morocco. We had a player, Pro Pilani. He originated here from Kimberley. He was recruited from here to go and play for Kaizer Chiefs.
Played for Dangerous Darkies.
He played for Dangerous Darkies in Kimberley, and he went to go and play for Kaizer Chiefs. It was good moments by then in the yesteryear football. Those years, players was hard committed to play football. That's why sometimes they achieved what they achieved in those years. Typically, I want to come to Panthers. Panthers had good players. We have Harden January. He went to Uppington. He was coaching Pavalo Chiefs there, or whatever team he was coaching. He was doing good. That team now today is playing, I think the very same team, it's playing now in the Motsepe League. He was also involved in that team. So, you see, we had good players. Yeah, that's all that I can say.
No, thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Mr. Sekooa, for sharing your experiences, especially with soccer, with you. And I hope that the people of Galushiwe would appreciate your life and the interview that you have given us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I just want to highlight something that I forgot. I remember my first game when I was playing for Panthers. I was bought by Panthers from Dalton Football. And you know what happened? My first game in the colors of Panthers, I played against Dalton Football. It was here at Masente Stadium. I remember Waini Manong was the acting coach by then, because Chris was out of town attending a funeral, so Waini Manong was the coach. And we were using Mutibi. I don't know, do you remember? The family of the Mutibis here in Masisa. Panthers was dressing there.
Yeah.
And next door, Dalton was dressing.
Okay.
Thereby on campus. He was at Dalton too. So usually I was going in by on chemist's place, but that day I went to the Mutibis. No, Justice Ochwaring. You must remember you are playing for you are our player. Go and play now for Panthers. We meet in the ground. Fine. We went there, got my jersey. You know what Panthers made? He gave me jersey number 10. I was wearing jersey number 10 in Delta. It was tough. I said to Brawaini, please don't select me for this game. He said, no. We are going to select you because we want you to play against your former team. You must prove them a point. I said, no, I don't need to prove them a point. They know me. But we want you to prove them a point. Okay. We went on, the game started. They had a goalkeeper by the name Elfi Lekoma. He was staying in number 3, number 5. Elfi Lekoma. The game started. Okay, Jimmy Mazabani, you know him, the late. He was also a Panthers by then he was for Dalton. Jimmy Mazabani came to me, promised me how he's going to break my leg today. I said, no, Jimmy, this is football, it's a man's game. Let's continue playing. Go on, play. The referee was protecting us. So we played. I scored 4 goals on that day. I scored 4 goals. I was not happy. It was broken for me. But I scored 4 goals. And I remember the elders of Dalton, by then, they were by the ground, by the side. And then they were calling me, Chief, when's that? We are Bulala, Chief. They said, sorry about it. You remember those people? The father of the late Tumi, in Tate Plessy. Yeah, he was attending Wessel Church. Yeah. Those were the founders of Dalton. Diehards. They were asking me, Chipo wenza, yes, Bulala Mklali. They said, Klali Paul and Klali Panthers, man. The Panchele, but you Bulala on Plessy. I scored 4 goals, which beat Dalton 6-1. I remember. Yeah, they scored with a penalty. I remember. We beat them. And I asked for Wayne, please replace me. Wayne said, no, you finished the game. But it was not nice. The game was not nice at all. Because they were coming at me. They wanted to knock me down. I was running away from them. The only player who was playing me fair on that day was Sausage. Kosi. He was the only player. And he was talking to them, guys, let's forget about that. He was our player, but he left us. It's a good team. We produced a good player for another team. So, but the game ended up with beating 6-1. But then today we are still brothers. No thanks. This was my team, Dalton Brothers, that used to beat Kaizer Chiefs. Baba Bitabare relegation bound, but they beat Kaizer Chiefs in Orlando Stadium convincingly. This was the one who scored the goal between here is this one, Base Mutisi. This is the late Chipper Douglas Damani, and this is the late between Tau. This is the late Leopo Pele. This is the late Mikaya Makala. Lawrence Kara is still with us, and this is also the late Base Mutisi, the one who scored the goal against Kaizer Chiefs, the winning goal. This is Mr. David Kwari, he's also late, rest in peace. And this is Pepe Tau, he's also late, rest in peace. This is Kindo Kila, he's also late. This is Mazaban, Israel, not Israel Mazaban, Papa Mzayun Mazaban is also late. This is Ike Kosimang. I don't know is Ike still alive, but he was our best number 3 in Dalton. This is the late Wellington Skarakinga. He was the top striker. This is Lepo. He's also late from Johannesburg. And then this is Taku. He's also late, the son of the manager, Mr. Mokoto. And Mr. Prasquaj Ditebe is still alive with us. He's still with us. And this is the coach, Mr. Ephraim Prazom Tau. He's also late. Rest in peace, Prazom. And Mr. Mokoto, the manager of Dalton Brothers. He's also late. Yeah, this is the medals that I played for that today you can see I'm having them with me. This is the bobsleigh one that I won in Mafikeng during my time when I was playing for PMPF Tigers. And this is the top 8 one. And this is the celebrating aging. And then this was the Golden Games that we played in Kimberley. Thank you.